Assalamualaikum and very good morning to Setajul. Today, me and my team members will be presenting for our mini project of CSC for CSC569, which is the principle of compilers. Allow me to introduce myself and the other team members of my team before we continue. My name is Muhammad Aiman bin Ilyas and my other team members are Muhammad David Irfan bin Darudin, Muhammad Azri Sulhi bin Suhaibi, and lastly is Muhammad Akil Aiman bin Ruslan. So what is CSC? CSC is a parser generator, which is it will generate fully featured object-oriented frameworks for building compilers, integrators, and other text parsers. But for our mini project, so CSC is a parser generator to help us to generate a compiler which name is Decaf compiler. So our primary goal or our main objective for this project is to investigate on how Decaf compiler in assisting us in solving problems when writing coding in different languages. So the idea is that rather than typing in the code in English, we will change or substitute other languages for the reserved word, for example, that do, while, public, and the other reserved word. So thus, in the four languages that our team will use are the first one is German, and then Portuguese, Japanese, and lastly is French. So now let's talk about my first language, which is German. So I will now adjust my setup and display my other second monitor or second screen, and then explain how Decaf works for this mini project. Thank you. Okay, now what do we have here is we have two folders or different folder, which is C4B and CSC. So the first step is open the CSC, and then in this folder I have the manual for me to refer. So I will just refer this manual, which is the first one. We have to open this Buka MS, which is the CMD, and then just call or use this command, CSC German.grammar. So what is German.grammar is we are calling or use the German grammar instead of English. So let's see what we do have in the German grammar. So the original one is this one. We are using English reserved word. So for the German, we are changing or translate all the reserved word in English into the German. So let's see the class, the public, void, and so the other reserved word. So let's continue here. Let's click enter. So what we're going to do here is we are generating the parser. As I mentioned before, CSC is for building compiler. So CSC is creating a Decaf compiler. So after running this line of code, we have a Decaf folder, and then which is Decaf folder is generated by the CSC. So the next step is I have to copy this Decaf folder and then copy to the C4B. Just delete the old one and paste the new one. And then same goes to the previous folder. I have the manual. So I will refer this one, which is the first one is open BlueJ and compile the class. So I will open the BlueJ. So before we compile the class, we have three classes: talk, mutable, int, and decaf. This is for the compiler. So what are we going to do is the next step. Let's compile first. Compile. Complete. And then the next step is open MS prompt. Sorry. And then use this line of code, which is Java Decaf German.decaf. So what is German.decaf? Which is we are using the Decaf compiler to solve our coding. So what are we going to solve is this is the original one, which is the English version, which is we have class newcom and then all the reserved word in English. Okay, this one float, and then we have for loop and then while loop. But in our project, we have do while loop, which is in the grammar that all the classes in the Java, there is no initialize for the do while loop. So we have to create the statement function of the do while loop for Decaf compiler to solve this coding. So right here we have do while loop. So let's go with this one, the Decaf right here. Sorry. So we add do while, which is there is no initialize for the do while loop. Do while variable, and the Decaf class we have do while statement, which is we have for statement and the while statement, but there is no do while statement. So we create our do while statement, which is if the Decaf compiler find do while statement, and it will call this statement, this line of statement. Same goes to the if else statement. So after we compile this class, and then we have this command, and that's enter. So what we have here is the Decaf compiler solve originating into the compiler or integrate. So we have variable and numbers, and this is the output. This is the final output. So at the end of this presentation, we will compare the output with the four all the languages. So it is supposedly to be same. So I think that's all from me, which is for the German language. Next, I will pass to my other team members to present how Sablecc or Decaf compiler work with the different language. So that's all. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Afiq Ahmad Bislan, and today I'm gonna do a group project about Japanese Sablecc. So first, I'm gonna go to decaf.grammar file and change the decaf here. For example, class to Japanese translation kurasu, public to Paburiku. So here, after changing it, I'm gonna save it, and then I will go to buka MS Prompt di sini. Here, I'm gonna Sablecc Cuff grammar. But first, I need to delete the existing one. This, and then I'm gonna do this one. Here, I got it. So let's see whether okay, here it appeared again. So we're gonna copy it, then paste it on C4B. After placing on C4B, we will go to the package Java BlueJ to BlueJ. First, we're gonna go to talk. We will do code for do. Do equal to 87 instead of public static final int. After that, we will go to the cuff class. We will go straight to Decaf class. New label equal 1 and level available equal 1 also. After that, we will go to here to void statement. We will add do while statement, and we also gonna do a void do while statement classes. Here we're gonna add table 11 to 12. 11 equal new lab and 12 also equal new lab. And here token that dot get token atom statement. If token dot get class equal to 1 here. After finish the coding for do while statement, we're gonna compile it. After straight compile, we will go to Japanese file and we're gonna do the class Japanese but in Japanese words. Okay. For example, kurasa that one class translate it to be kurasu and public translate it to pabiriku. To finish it, we will go to open MS prompt. Here first we're gonna set parts because I don't have the parts yet. Here we will try Java. We got it, and so we will try Java. And so got it. Then we're gonna do this one, the Japanese Decaf file. Inside the C4B. Java Decaf S10 Japanese dot Decaf. Here the Japanese dot Decaf file codes. Okay, so we got variables I equal 3, y1 equal 2, k equal 5, j equal 4, and s1 equal 1. For numbers, we have 2 equal 14, 2.0 equal 18, 20 equal 13, 1 equal 9, 4 equal 7, 4 equal 16, 0 equal 6, 3 equal 20, and 10 equal 7. That's all from me, Muhammad Ruslan. I hope you enjoy this.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Azri Sulhi bin Soidi and my student ID is 2023393055. So as for my part, I'm choosing Portuguese language. So we can start by clicking the Sablecc folder and then we can view my Portuguese grammar file. So as you can see here, I'm changing the English word, which is the default language for coding, to Portuguese language. So by mean that class to aula, public to publico, static to estatico, void to vazio, main to principal, string to corda, int to intero, float to flotuador, and so on. So we can compile this Portuguese grammar file by using the prompter here to create a Decaf folder. So we can just type Sablecc Portuguese grammar and then click enter. Alright, as you can see here, we already generated it, and here is the decaf that has been created from the prompter here. So we can just copy, go to the C4B and paste it here. Alright, so I'm going to show you my Decaf file. So this is the default language we use, which is English. We will change this whole language to the Portuguese, such as like this, from class, public static void main, float, integer, for while, do if else while, to aula, publico statico vazio principal, corda, flutuador, inteiro, para enquanto, fazer, se outro enquanto. So after that we can use BlueJay open the blue chain. Open project, click C4B and select folder. Alright, so we can check the top first. Okay, for previously we do not have a do here, so we add another do and increase the latest 286 to 287, and we have the D instance of the do return do. Next we will check the decaf here. For the decaf we add another void statement, which is a do while statement. So we have to compile this until say done here. Okay, so it's done. Just click X and open the C4B file and just click the prompter here, and we can just type Java decaf or progress. Okay, this is the output.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Irfan bin Daruddin. My metro ID is 2023 399475. So I'll be continuing my group video presentation with my chosen language is French. So we have our two folders here. We have C4B and Sablecc. Let's first dive into Sablecc file folder. So this is all the things that I have in the Sablecc folder itself. So we have here a grammar file that generally is made with English language, but I've changed it to the French language so that it'll recognize the language for our decaf file sooner or later. So as you can see here, I've changed it to class in French, public to public, static to static, and many more. As you can see here, we've changed it from English and provide the same word but in French basically. Okay, so enough of that. So now we want to generate a decaf folder. So as you can see here, we have an older one, so we're gonna delete that first if you have one, because we're gonna create a new one. So just simply open the MS prompt. So this is an important step here because some might have issue with this and some might not, but I have this issue where I have to set the path so that the Java and Java compiler will be set into JDK 17. So just simply first just type self path equal to, and here I've already find my Java JDK 17 folder. Just simply copy the file path, go back to the MS prompt, just paste it, and then we can start our decaf folder creation. Simply type Sablecc and our grammar file just now, name French.grammar, and type enter. There. So supposedly we have created a new decaf file, and there you can see down there. So we want to copy that file and go to C4B folder. Okay, so this is where the decaf file, our new comp file that we will test to decaf later on. And see, as you can see here, we already have an existing decaf file, but we want to delete that because we want to replace it with our new one just now we created. So we simply paste it, and there you have it. So now we will open your preferred compiler, I prefer I use BlueJ. So I will open BlueJ and open the project. Simply go to the C4BB folder and select it, and there we have our Decaf file, mutable, integer, and token. So let's browse through the classes. As you can see there, we have for the token class, we have void p, we have pick method, get token method, Lexa. So in mutable integer, we have all this get, setter, and last but not least, our main event, the Decaf class itself. So as you can see here, we can scroll down a bit. We have our for statement, while statement, and this the do while statement that use bool expression. Okay, so pretty much all of it, but this is the point in step 2. We have to compile it. Simply right click and press compile on Decaf class. Okay, so let's get back to our C4B folder. So now we will start Decaf, our newcom Decaf file. This is the file, but let me show you first. Okay, so now this is so important, also important that we have to change the newcom.decaf file words that are in English and change it to the language that we want to use for. Like for mine, I use French, so as you can see, I've changed it to French language. The class, public static void, and all of the words that supposed to be in English, so we change it to the French. So also this one, remember the file name newcom.decaf. So now we open our MS prompt from here. This is also important, better to be safe than sorry. So let's just repeat the process earlier on the Sablecc. Just set path and copy this file directory so that we can be ensured that we already set our Java and Java compiler to JDK 17. Okay, so then we can continue with our decaf. Just simply type Java decaf and our newcom file name newcom decaf, and please remember this file name must be match case. If you have capital letter, make sure it's typed rightly. If it doesn't have one, then do not ever mistype it, because it will read it precisely word by word, letter by letter. Okay, so now let's press enter, and there. So this is our output. We got the variables, the numbers. As you can see, we have I equal to 3, y1 equal to 2, k equal to 5, and let's see there, if we have numbers, we have 2 equals 14, 2.4 equals 18, 20, 13, and many more. So if it's done right, supposedly our output will be the same as my other teammates. So that's all from me. Thank you. Okay, so now we are on the output comparisons. We have 4 languages that our group use, which is German, Japan, Portuguese, and French. So as you can see here, both variable and numbers output are all the same throughout all these 4 languages. If we see it with detail, we see that the I is 3 in German, Japan, Portuguese, French, all the way to the X1 equal to 1. As you can see there, all the 4 languages are the same. The same goes with the numbers. As you can see there, we have 14 twos in German, Portuguese, Japan, and France. And as you can see, you can compare one by one, that all of it will produce the same result, and these are the result that shows that all that our decaf process is correct. And that's all for our group. Thank you.